Hello, and Monsters Abound here. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 45 of my Skarsnik campaign. We're starting to concentrate on Manfred a bit. I'm not sure where Manfred is. He's somewhere. He still has armies because he's got strength rank 13, which is only one. I think is the Empire. He's strength rank 13. The Empire is strength rank 12. Yeah, so they're fairly close to each other in strength rank. So he must have armies. I just don't know where they are. But they're not in Sylvania. So it means we have a good chance to just crush Manfred while he's out of town. On the other hand, I just know that Manfred is a sneaky vampire, and I don't want to think we're absolutely fine and then suddenly get sucked off from a random direction. Just because obviously he's a vampire, so he sucks blood. So I just have to be, we have to make sure that we see him coming before he sucks us off. That's the only problem there. So we've got to be a little bit careful of Manfred. And there was some talk of potentially trying to peace out with Karl. I'm not entirely sure. To be fair, we did do a lot to Karl. Obviously, we ambushed him on his way back from his illicit love affair with Balthasar Gelt at Grimhold. We ambushed him, we beat him up, and then we went to Grimhold and beat Balthasar Gelt up as well. Despite that, he actually is not... It's mostly our war with the dwarves that he... Apparently, Karl doesn't really care that we killed him multiple times, or that we destroyed Helmgart repeatedly. So, I mean, problem is, while we're fighting dwarves, that's only going to get worse. So... considering we've got all the dwarves over here to kill as well, it's going to take a little time for us to do that. So we'll look at maybe piecing out with Karl. Obviously our objective is Ulthuan, but we do have to also, I don't want to get attacked from the Empire while we've got our back turned. On the other hand, Chaos has just shown up, so they're somewhere in the south, somewhere. I haven't... We can't... No, I've already moved these guys, so we'll have to wait for another turn. But they're around here somewhere, and then of course Arcane will be coming from the north. So that might actually be a little bit of... That looks like it was being raised by Chaos Forces. So, looks like Volksgrad is probably next on the list. So we'll keep an eye on that. When they start falling, we'll know that the Empire... And to be honest, if we can... I wouldn't mind trying to... Can we... Right.
You are not welcome in my court, yet here you are.
Yeah,
Friend or foe. We will see.
Well, you don't want a peace treaty, so to be honest, I'd kind of like you to concentrate on fighting Archaon for me. I personally don't want to have to fight him. So if the Empire wants to do that work for me, more than happy for that to happen. In other news, we've got positive income. For the first time, I mean, there was I think less than a turn where we were in positive income, but we are actually now, we have steady positive income, obviously while we're raiding, but still that's... Actually, are we raiding? Background income, extorted income. I don't think we are. Holy, but we've actually got... Oh, look at that. Okay, it's only 665, but I'll take that over bleeding money every single turn. So that works out for me. I'm happy with that. Skarsnik's moving up. Pig Kisser. Can you damage the walls a little bit? You can. Good work. Let's give you... let's give Slippery and Survivalist. Let's go with that. That works for me. We've got the Black Mountains under our control. Let's build Skarsnik's Brawling Grounds there. Let's go for Camp Ruckus to up the public order a little bit. And let's get some more money here, because money is always good. Azhag's heading for Oakenhammer. We can take Zufbar once we've got those siege towers up, which is going to take a couple more turns, but I think that's important because that garrison and army is pretty beefy. It's going to take a lot to break through. That's going to be one heck of a siege, which I'm quite looking forward to. It's always nice to have a big siege. I know some people really don't like the siege mechanics in Total War Warhammer, but for me, I kind of think it's fine. It's not very exciting, but mechanically it works okay, so... My only slight thing is I like looking at some of the new siege maps, particularly like the High Elf cities and the Dark Elf cities. There's so many sort of like really interesting terrain features outside the map zone. I would like to see that brought in. I would like to see more of that. I kind of understand why they don't do it, because obviously it makes it, if you've got lots of rocks and everywhere, it makes it very difficult to do sort of formations, and I guess it trips up the AI as well, but I think it would just make it a little bit more interesting. Oh, Nagra under the Cult of Pleasure have confederated. There's often a bit of a war between Ulthuan and the Dark Elves, and I'm just wondering who's going to win it this time. Who's the red? Lawmasters, yeah, that makes sense. That kind of makes sense. Obviously, if the Dark Elves invade Ulthuan, it will make our life easier, but I see no distinction between elves. They're all pointed gets to me, so if they start capturing Ulthuan, I will have to kill them. Going to raise Ulthuan to the ground and nothing will be left standing. Apart from maybe the northwest coast, because that's got... Oh, you little bugger. That's got wasteland, so that could be a good sort of base to attack from. So yeah, so we've had a confederation, we've got an ambusher discovered. Where's he? Over there, that's fine. We can deal with... Well, I mean, that's not really... That's not urgent to deal with, so we won't do it right now. Azhag, you're going to grab Oaken Hammer. Just auto-resolve that one, and we will occupy. So that's that under control. I don't think we need the Goblin Tinkerers. Let's get a pile of shiny stuff. Great, that. We now got... Oh, look at all that ink. Oh. Right, Nagbad, you are going to run back. Yes, you are. There you go. Back you go. Let's upgrade Grom Peak there. That should be fine. And Skarsnik.
You want schemes? I got schemes.
Let's damage the wall again. Hates men. Men are little more than plague-ridden dogs. Put them out of their misery. Oh. So some strong feeling there from Grutshod Pig Kisser.
I'm a schemer.
I mean, if you pig kisses, if you kiss pigs for a hobby, then I suggest you probably shouldn't judge other people, but that's fine. Grunty Ming. Yeah, we can wait. Well, I think we can wait for a while to back us up, to be honest. There's no reason not to. So, if you can come over and assist, that would be lovely. Where's... Ah, yes, there's Grimgore is over here. I think we're going to head in this direction. So we get 9k from attacking that. We get... Yeah, so let's... Where are we? That's fine. I'm going to carry on this direction. Public order here is okay. Oh, Azhag has got a skill point level 21, so you're just one skill point away from getting Skull Muncher. Let's get Earthshake in orders. That's going to give more melee defense for our boys. So they've now got 40 melee attack and 49 melee defense, which is pretty good. What other skill points do you have? You've got the boys. Yeah. So actually, he makes Orc boys pretty good. They've got 40 melee attack, 50 melee defense, and 60 weapon strength. That's not bad. That's respectable. So that's pretty good. I'll take that. Now the Bad Axe twins have got some skill points, which let's go for sneaky stealing. Not that it really affects dwarves because they don't have magic. Let's get precise with Gogrut. Works for me. I do want to take Karakadrin at some point, but I think... Well, I think Nagbad could probably take it, but he's going to have to recruit a few more units. I might get him some troll. I think he needs something beefy to back up his main line, potentially. Ugrock, you can kind of come in this direction. I want you to do some stealing tech. If you wouldn't mind, that'd be really nice. Is there anything? I think we've done everything. Well, that's fine. Do I want? Right. Let's just keep the vision up. I want to know if Manfred comes back. Oh, Slaggas Slashas. So we've done that bit. So we got, again, Azhag's strange decisions have borne fruit. A scout he sent out reports that finally the Umi's fugitive gather in numbers great enough to offer battle at a place called Butcher's Hill. Azhag laughs as he surveys their forces, then twitches and thumbs his iron crown. Shut up, Iron At. We'll go south later when I get some business. When I got the business here first. So we've got quite. Oh my god, they've got Hellblaster volley guns. Okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What's? Oh, and we got what? Oh, we got 2 skill points, not 1. I thought he'd gone up a level and I could get Skull Muncher. Nope, can't do that yet. Insane Visions. I mean, we could go Insane Visions. Could get more melee attack for the boys. I think we'll do that. Get back here and then the best boys. Do we need... I guess giving him a turn of replenishment can't hurt. So we'll do that. We'll do the quest next. I mean, should I march to it? I mean, I may as well teleport. It doesn't really cost that much. And it'll save me a couple of turns of moving back and forth. There's the Chaos Forces. Yeah, there they are. Okay, so they're stuck in the south at the moment, to be honest. If they want to stay there, more than happy to let them. Exotel and Talaxtlan have confederated. Where is Talaxtlan? I think that's in... Is that in Lustria? I think it is. I would have preferred it my wire actually come up and back me up rather than just going halfway and setting up a raiding camp. But I'm sure they'll move up next turn. So can we just... yeah, that'll take us to Exotel. Oh, bloody hell, so the High Elves have captured quite... Mind you, they did this in my Dark Elf campaign. They've taken quite a lot of Marathi's territory. In fact, it looks pretty darn similar. I think Marathi had Exotel and Ancient City of Quintex. Be interesting to see what happens there. Right, these Chaos Forces, where are they? What are they doing?
What do you want?
Okay. So yes, they are there. Can we block their army? Can we just generally be a bit of a pain to them? There's only 1 stack. Where's the rest of them gone? Right, there's another one there. Okay, so they're sort of like still hanging around in the south. That's fine. More than happy to let them just sit there and do that. Let's block Flavo's army. Underhanded movement range is modified by an additional -10%. A thoroughly unprincipled, utterly immoral, devious, green-skinned little git. A prince among his kind. Right, hopefully our wire will move up and back us up next turn. Oh, hello. Ah. So... do I send Grimgore back? I mean, to be honest, I'm not really that bothered we lose some settlements. Zvorak, Grimgore has come to say hello. Let's take the cash, 10k. Yep, that's pretty good. And Gozbag has got a skill point. He's got 2 skill points. Well, let's go for power drain, and here we go. That's fine. We might have a little bit of a trouble at Gesundheit because an army has popped up. I don't know whether that was literally just recruited.
Mortals,
Your strength rank 10 now. You're getting stronger, but how? Alright, well let's do Azhag's quest battle. Let's pop out. Warg, Backslider's got a skill point. We could go for a war ball there. Let's do that. Let's go for a war ball. And then we're going to teleport. Right, so it doesn't actually look very much in our favour. But I mean we got a whole bunch of orc boys there. They're the best boys. And of course, Azhag. I'm quietly confident.
A chance to try a full outflanking manoeuvre. A grand strategy waiting on the fleeing humans and these brainless green-skinned creatures. Shut it, Ireland. I don't need your Ponzi tactics. Listen up, boys. They started calling me the Slaughterer. I like that name. Let's not disappoint them. I said shut up. We'll go south later. I got some business here first. Faster.
Here we go, the battle for Slaggas Slashas. Azhag's quest battle weapon. So we're charging up towards the hill. The enemy does have some artillery up here, a couple of units of great cannons, I think, and a couple of Hellblaster volley cannons. We do have some sneaky boys, though. We've got some nasty skulkers that have hidden in the trees and now moving up. We're going to try and lock those cannons down before they can do any damage. So we've got our main infantry body moving up this sort of little slope here. And we've got the rock clobbers, and then further off to our right flank we've got our cavalry. That's useful because we've got some mortars moving into combat, coming in as reinforcement. Now, these cavalry units can then go and hunt those down before they can get in range to bombard our main body. Which is good, because we didn't really want them doing that. So, Warg Backslider's come in. He's already done some damage to the great cannons. And in come the nasty skulkers. I have no interest in their safety. This is basically a case just they need to lock down those cannons before they can start opening fire. In comes Azhag. He's charging in, smashing people to the ground already.
Now we strike! Forward, man!
And finally, here come the boys. There's some outriders coming up behind. We've also got the Emil Orc, the Orc Bane, the Empire General, has apparently decided to attack my rock clobbers for all the good that's going to do. Fair enough. And over here, our cavalry's charging through the artillery bombardment to take out those mortars. Yep, that should be those very swiftly dealt with. The boys are quickly overwhelming the Empire army. Do have Hellblaster volley cannon and great cannon here. They were good. Just a few shots and you can see just how much damage they can do. They only got off a couple of rounds and killed 16 orcs. But fortunately the boys are going to chase them off. And looks like the rest of the army is in a very, very bad shape. Celestial Wizard there, running in a dress. Sorry, robe. It's a bit of a melee down here, and we're certainly winning it. Quickly crushing all resistance, but there is a Steamtank. It's come in as reinforcements, and it's already racking up the kills. 22 kills already. We don't really have much in the way of armour piercing in our army. So we're just going to have charge all the boys at it and hope for the best. I hear some boys have got engaged with some great swords. That's probably not a great fight for them. It looks like the combat is even. But we do have some cab over here. Our Orc Ball Boys finished with the mortars. Just wiping out a unit of crossbowmen, and they can come and charge in. We've got an Orc Ball Boy chariot as well. We've got these outriders, but there's not much we can do about them at the moment. We need to get our archers in because they will just outrun the ball boys. So there's no point chasing after them. These great swords have to get charged in the rear and murdered. Just like that. Yep, that did a whole chunk of damage. They're losing health very rapidly. Ball boys, very good shock cavalry. You can see, yeah, they're now losing decisively. Archers finally in range of those outriders. They're going to deal with those. And the chariots just chasing down some of these crossbowmen that have decided to rally and come back to battle. They're going to regret that decision.
The gods have abandoned us.
Not quite the devastating charge I was hoping for, but that's fine. I'm going to get mown down anyway. And the boys are trying to deal with a steam tank, although not massively successfully. However, it looks like Azhag's coming, and Azhag is armor piercing, so he should be able to deal with. He should be able to do some damage to that if he can get, if it stops running away. Basically, it's like Warg is not having any of it. He's coming in as well. Well, at least it's on the run, so that's good. Our artillery is making a very slow getaway, while the Empire General just kind of sits and watches them, I think. I'm not quite sure what his plan was, really. It's not a very good one, is it? Orcbane. I mean, you've managed to kill, so far, a few goblins, so it's hardly that impressive. We're going to get our archers down to help. It's like some of our... yeah, I think that's the nasty skulkers. I probably had enough. I did charge them directly into the Empire army, so it's not a massive surprise that they're struggling a little bit. Steam tank is going down very slowly. Basically, Azhag is the only one doing damage to it, I think. Definitely need to get some more armor piercing in this army. It is going down. It is going down. Just relentlessly slowly, and Warg a backslider there. Just sitting this one out just for a little while. He took quite a lot of damage. As you can see, the steam tank is losing health. It has killed over 100 orcs though, so probably should be dealing with that a little bit faster. Steam tanks are quite difficult to deal with though. They do just have a huge amount of armour to get through, so they can be a bit relentless. But it is going down, and basically we just got the Empire General to deal with now. He's continuing to chase my Rocklobber crew. But I think army losses are going to mean he just decides to run away, basically. As soon as a steam tank goes down, he'll break and run. It's almost gone down now. Just a little bit more. Even the chariot's in here now. Occasional orc boys being catapulted and exploded into nothing. But we've got a lot of orc boys, so should be fine. The Empire, in the lore, only has a few steam tanks, and they can rebuild them, but not replace them. So they can't build any more. Well, that's one less. Right, well that's Azhag's quest battle done. I guess we could eat them. Charge bonus. Let's have the charge bonus. May as well. So we've completed that. Oh, apparently it continues. Now we've got to, whilst raiding their way southward, Azhag's boys are merciless as they ravage and plunder the land. Many of them continue to note marked changes in Azhag. He uses unorcish words, goes into trances, mumbles to himself constantly, and often tries to explain orders instead of simply cracking skulls and bellowing. But again, the Horde forgives such peculiarities as the victories and loot stack up, all in the name of the Slaughterer. So we need to raid the moot. Ah, yes. So, Azhag, I think this is right, Azhag was actually in a White Dwarf battle report. He was just a generic orc warlord on a wyvern, and was it Adrian Wood who was playing the orc side? He often played orcs. He gave his orc warlord the Crown of Sorcery as for some magic support, and that then created Azhag as an actual character in future sort of orc Warhammer armies books. And the battle they were doing took place near the moot, where I think Azhag actually died. So he died in the battle report up against some Knights Panther. It was against the Empire. In this case, I think maybe that might change and Azhag will in fact emerge victorious. Now, do I want some nasty skulkers in my army, or do I want to replace them with something better? We don't have much armour piercing. So that steam tank was a bit of a pain. So maybe I want some trolls. It would take 4 turns to recruit. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get rid of these skulkers and pick up some. Well, or do we get orc biggins? They don't have armor piercing though, do they? No, we're gonna get some trolls. Let's do that. I'll take 4 turns, but I think it'll be well worth it. Okay, Nala. We have 3 siege towers and 3 armies. We've got Nala, Skraga, and and 2 Wars. So we've got 4 armies here. So taking Zufbar, even then Zufbar, we should win the battle, but it's definitely not going to be one-sided. Right, Nagbad, where do we want you? Do I want you to bring back to Mount Gumbad? Yes, I think I do. So let's underway in that direction. Over here, come on, just do it. And Largag has got a skill point, which we're going to put in scouting, I think. And Grimgor's heading that way. Skarsnik's army should arrive next turn. Hozcub. I think this army was recruited.
I refuse.
Yeah, so I think they used Razor Dead to recruit this army really, really quickly. Because it certainly wasn't anywhere. I couldn't see any army nearby, so it must be a new one. So we're going to have to deal with that. But it's definitely going to be Zufbar next.
Kick him in.
So where's Nala?
Stabbing time.
Indeed it is. Here we go. This is going to be a tough battle. There is a lot of iron breakers here. It's got a good garrison and the White Dwarf with a reasonably strong army standing in our way. We're going to have to throw a lot of little green bodies at this and hope for the best. Now, annoyingly, the dwarves are coming out of the gate, which means we can't actually get through it. So we've got a few of our monstrous units here. Queenie, we've got an Arachnarok Spider, a Giant, a bunch of trolls that are trying to hack their way through the Grumbling Guard while getting bombed by satchel charges. Most of our siege towers have reached the wall. One got destroyed, but fortunately the rest have arrived. In come the Night Gobbos. It's going to be a struggle to take this wall. It's very heavily defended. Got even more Night Goblins pouring in, and to be honest, I should really have retreated some of these cavalry units. Things like the chariot and stuff probably aren't going to be that useful in this battle, so I should really retreat them now. I will do in a minute and get more infantry onto the field. So far, not too bad. We've got some of our units onto the wall. A lot of their missile units are being hacked down. However, these Longbeards are going to be a bugger to kill. So you can see we've retreated some of those units. More Nasty Skulkers, Night Goblin Fanatics and Nasty Skulker coming in. We've also got Argor Bad Axes coming in. Gorgut Bad Axes coming in as well. There's the Orc Warlord. We've got Nala and Skraga standing by. And Snide as well. We've got 3 Doom Diver Catapults. They've been causing chaos on the wall. Although potentially doing more damage to us than the enemy, but at this point I'm kind of okay with that. In comes the Flying Squadron. So yeah, it looks like they generally just hit the Arachnarok Spider there, but good attempt, guys. Slowly gaining control of the wall there. We've got a lot of goblins pouring out of the siege towers. Some units managing to come off the wall, but they're getting mobbed when they do. We just need more infantry. So more infantry pouring in. We still do have some cavalry. As soon as we get hold of the gate, I can push through. Currently, I think my plan is, if we can't take the walls, crush the units in the city centre, and then capture the city that way. That might be the only option. I'm not entirely sure if we can win against Ironbreakers. I think protracted engagement against Ironbreakers is only going to go one way, and it's not going to be our way. I mean, we've got numbers on our side, which is nice. Curse of Bad Moon coming out. I'm casting Itchy Nuisance on them as much as possible to just pull back the amount of damage they can do to us. But these Ironbreakers are just, with 115 armour and 73 melee defense, they are tough for our goblins to kill. Looks like they've managed to surround our units on the gatehouse even. So this unit of Night Goblins is probably going to get wiped out, but we do have more infantry coming in, throwing in more meat to the grinder. Some more Night Goblins coming in. Night Goblins Fanatics, yep. Keep throwing them. We can just, as soon as they arrive on the battlefield, they come up to the tower and climb onto the walls. The gate is continuing to be tough to get through. We're doing some damage to it, but not enough. I need to concentrate on the gate, to be honest. I've got a lot of units just sat there not doing anything. Finally, the enemy gate has come down. We're going to force our way in and get that cavalry in here as well. It's like reinforcements from the doors have arrived at the wall, so we've got lots more iron breakers, which is not exactly what I want to see. Although there are it's just a sea of night goblins on the wall who are just feeding goblin bodies into this grinder. Units on our right flank, we've got some more Nazi Skulkers coming up, but the rest of them have been wiped out. Cavalry now pouring into the city. Now we've taken the gate, they're going to hit the Rangers, but organ guns are currently setting up right next to them. We don't want that, so we've got to try and get in combat with them, stop them from opening fire. Looks like they're more interested in targeting Queenie though. Thankfully we're going to... There we go, we've locked them down. Just one cannon managed to get some shots off, but then gets embroiled in combat. Monstrous units now coming in to lend support. Nala, Skraga, everyone, all my champions coming in to assist there. Everyone who couldn't get on the wall is now coming through the gate. I don't think we've got anyone currently heading up. We've got a lot of units now coming onto the wall, but getting exploded by artillery. Goblins doing their best, but it's just not good enough. We've run out of ammo, so all these units are now leaving the field so we can get some more infantry on. More infantry coming on as well. We've got some more night goblins coming in. Cavalry units now heading towards the city centre. Got a Thane and some Hammerers up. Those Hammerers got 110 kills. We've got the Grumbling Guard up here. We've got the Warriors of Dragonfire past more Iron Breakers. That's not good because those Iron Breakers I don't think are in... Oh, they are in melee combat. That's good. Because otherwise they'd be throwing explosive charges at us. We've now charged the centre. We've managed to get in behind as well. Oh, explosive charges coming out. It's going to do a lot of damage. Those Nor Grimling's Iron Breakers are a right bugger. Oh, it looks like some explosive charges went off here because there's a huge hole where our goblins used to be. Okay, so we're going to need some more goblins, guys. In you come. Can't just keep coming. Just eventually we'll bury them in goblin bodies. We've managed to gain control of the city centre. That's definitely on our hands. The White Dwarf is continuing to fight on though. We've got Skraga, and that's the Night Goblin War boss. And we've got some big bosses as well around here. They're all trying to take out the White Dwarf, take him down. Nala has unfortunately got embroiled in combat. It is now stuck. He's going to get surrounded by the Grumbling Guard and Iron Breakers. More units coming onto the battlefield. We've got a big hole where a lot of our goblin units used to be. So we're going to need some more goblins to patch that up. However, we are slowly wiping out. The Longbeards are almost down. And the Iron Breakers again down to half health. It's taken a lot of goblins, but we are slowly getting the upper hand. Might be because a lot of these units left the wall to try and kill Nala. But again, all these units looking pretty tired. I mean, is that the Grumbling Guard? 200 and... No, the Iron Breakers. 294 kills there. In come the Warriors of Dragonback Mountain. The White Dwarf has managed to see off Gorgut Barracks. But he is now surrounded. I think we are slowly getting the upper hand here. White Dwarf, he's lost a lot of health, but he's still fighting. Goblin warlords double teaming him, backed up by Queenie and a giant and trolls. Together, he's only losing slightly by the looks of it. It's flipping between losing and losing slightly. Nala's doing okay for himself. He's popped his health potion. He's managing to turn the tide. We've got an Arachnoid spider in to back him up as well. He should be fine. We've got more goblins pouring out the siege towers. More goblins coming onto the battlefield as well. I think we've got control of the walls now. I mean, there is a large number of goblin bodies. Some of them in several pieces. But we definitely now have control of the walls, so there is that. There is a unit of the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass coming up now, but we do have control of the city. Victory points now dropping very quickly. Nor Grimling's Ironbreakers have come back. The enemy lord has been wounded. The White Dwarf has finally fallen. It only took the concerted effort of every single unit here. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass getting pummeled. In comes some Wolf Riders to the rear, and then a Arachnoid Spider just wade through the front. They're going to break. And the Nor Grimling Ironbreakers now trying to take the city, but they've lost it. There we go. And with that, we have taken the city by taking their flag. No problem. I mean, okay, we'd lost a lot of goblins there. But, it was a tough nut to crack, and we managed it. So there's that. Well, I think that was safe to say that's a successful siege battle. Okay, so we lost unlike Goblin Fanatics and the Wolf Riders. Anyone else? Gorgut was okay. Snide was alright. Okay, I mean that could have been worse. We did lose 2,200 goblins, so there was that. Some of these Ironbreakers, I mean, 294 kills there. Good work, you guys. Actually, you know what? Generally, those Hammerers got quite a lot of kills as well. But oh well, we've taken Zufbar. That's the main thing. Let's loot not. I'll just occupy. Good. That's Zufbar under our control. Let's get Black Orc Barracks, Squigs. Yeah, why not? Nala's army is going to need some replenishment. Just touch.
Well, nasty.
Yeah, you are. We could just get more Squig Hoppers.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
Kind of like just slower Wolf Riders, really, but a lot more beefy. So let's get them. I also want some Night Goblins with Fanatics. That should be fine. Yeah, that'd be okay. That'd be okay. And Skraga, you didn't lose anyone actually, although Gorgrut Badax almost bought the farm, but he's okay. So that's all fine. We can get rid of that. We can upgrade that. Let's get some walls as well, and we're getting even more income than we were before. So that's really good. That's really good, and we've managed to capture Zufbar, which was a bit of a tough nut to crack, but we did do it. So good work, everyone. Big high five. Big 10. Yeah, and now we just got to wait for my war to show up there. And unfortunately, we are running out of time, so we're going to have to leave it on that note next time. I think Azhag will be going for doing a little bit of raiding in the moot once his trolls are recruited. And we need to do some replenishment there. But then we're going to hit Castle Drakenhof. Will that just be as bad? I don't think it will, because I don't have any missile units. But those Vargeists might be a bit nasty. So, and Vargolfs as well. Well, we'll see how it goes. It should be fine. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.